If you guys could start a new RNO document. And as soon as you open that up, make sure that you do all the option stuff. So option, you'll go into units, make sure that it's in inches. Distance display is in feet and inches. Make sure that you have that for layout as well. And then the grid, 200 is fine. This grid stuff, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's just establishing the size of your C-plane, okay, or the C-plane that you see, construction plane that you see, okay. So minor grid line every 6 inches should be fine, and major grid line every 10. That should give you like 5 feet of major grid. Snap spacing, put it to 12. Nah, put it to 6. 6 might be better. Okay, so the project that you were given, it is going to be 30 by 30 by 30 cube, correct? Yes. So let's draw a box that is 30 by 30 by 30. So however way you want to do it, at 30 foot, comma 30 foot, enter, and then the height being 30 foot. Okay, so I'll put it in the shaded view so that I see that thing. And I may or may not have set all the options. So I got the grid, I got the units. Let's see. It looks like all the viewports are still linked. Good. So that's good. Okay. 30 by 30 by 30. So this right here, XYZ, X, Y, which means that this right here is your south elevation, right? Okay. In the meditation chapel, you are probably entering from your east side, because the west side you have this other stained glass window or something like that in it. So your entrance side is going to be from the west side or the northwest side or the southwest side, somewhere on this wall. Okay, and the size that you were given for the entry porch is going to be 5 foot deep, and the width is somewhere between 12 and 18 feet wide, and it's going to be what, 16 to 26 feet tall. So just like how we did our subtraction cube, we'll draw another box elsewhere, and in the in the X direction, we'll put 5 foot, because that's how deep we want that to go. And in the Y direction, we'll put something like, what, it says 12, so 14. We'll put 14 foot. Okay, at 14 foot. What the hell? Box there at 5 foot, comma 14 foot. Enter. Okay, and then the height can be anywhere from 16 to 26 foot. So let's make ours 20 foot and call it good. Now you can go use your own design and make it anywhere within that range, right? But for me right here, for our example, we're selecting a 5 foot by 14 foot by 20 foot high. Okay, and I'm going to place this from the corner, so move from the corner. Oh, got to put the O-snap on from the corner to this corner right here. And the requirement is that the floor be 3 foot high. So if I select this piece and move it up 3 foot, that should give me the area for the entrance porch. Okay. So on the other side, well, let's work on the other side next. So let's work on this front porch still. We will go ahead and Boolean out this section. So if we go to Boolean difference, select the main cube, and then select the little cube, enter, and that has cut this part out. Okay. So next we're going to go into the west side. So this west side over here, we're going to go ahead and cut the sunset porch. Okay. So sunset porch is also, we were given a certain size as well. So it is, the floor is 3 feet high, the depth again is 5 foot, and the width is 12 to 18, and the height is 12 to 26. So we can go ahead and do, I don't know, we could do the same size if you want. So for an example, we could go at 5 foot, comma, 14, was it 14? Yeah, 14 foot. Enter, and then we'll go 20 foot again. And again, this is just for example. So you can do any size according to the program parameters. Okay, so it says that it needs to be anywhere from the corner to the middle. What that means is that the design calls for move this thing to be in that corner and the floor is going to be 3 feet high, right? And it can be anywhere within this space. So it could be smack down in the middle, it could be off to one side, it could be off on the other side. It all depends on how you want to design your building. Do you want your building entrance to be here and then the sunset porch to be on the opposite end, opposite corner? Or do you want to go in and then let the meditation porch be right smack in the middle? Or do you want it to be off to one side a little bit but not completely? You know, like it has an asymmetrical balance or something. Or do you want it to be so that it is a little bit bigger, right? 4 foot. Oh, that's smaller. Negative 8 foot, which will give me a bigger sunset porch, and it's 14 plus 4, so it still meets the 18 foot. So that's that's the maximum of the width that I could get for this thing. So again, you can put it anywhere in that space. I'm just going to select to put it right smack in the middle. That's not probably the best choice, but I'm just going to do that for example, okay? And then go ahead and Boolean out difference that and that. So now I have my sunset porch. Okay. And this thing right here, what I'm going to do is to make, just like how we did the subtracting cube project, I'm going to make a box and try to come up 3 feet, and there I have a 3-foot box, right? If I hide this, that's my line right there. If I draw a line in the front view, this is exactly what we did today. Line from that intersection to that. If I move this over, I should be able to split this thing. Oops. I should be able to split this thing. Let's try it. So split this object with that line, and it looked like it split it. So get rid of that, delete, and get rid of the bottom. I guess I could get rid of those too. And there I have a solid cube right there. And then I could, since this doesn't have a bottom, I should be able to go ahead and offset surface. Oops. Offset surface. And it will be, I guess, 9 inches again. I think it's 9 inches. So distance will be 9 inches. Size of the foam core probably. And then sharp corner, yes, solid. Oh, 9 inches, enter. Sharp corner, solid, and tolerance, yes, and delete input, yes. Flip all, because I want the walls to the inside, and enter. And that should give me all of the walls. Okay, so if I show my floor, I have now a shell of the meditation chapel that you are supposed to have. There is one more thing, is that you need to make a door onto this thing that is, I think it says for the sunset cube or sunset porch, it says that the door is to be located within the 5-foot wall. So that means that somewhere either here or here I need to locate the door. So in order to do that, door is what, 3 foot by, well, 3 foot wide by 7 foot or 8 foot high. So I'm going to draw, to make my life easy, at 3 foot comma 3 foot box. Okay, and then make that 8 foot high. So it doesn't matter which side I use, I know I have a 3 foot by 3 foot box. So if I take this thing, move from the corner, I could move it to the corner, inside corner right there. I could even probably move this out a little bit. Right? I do have the O-snap on at 6 inches, so I'm moving everything at 6-inch increment. Let's move this out a little bit so that it's poking out. And then if I do that, I should be able to Boolean difference that the outer shell with that 3 foot by 3 foot by 8 foot box that I made, and I have made a doorway. Okay? And in that way, you will make several openings for your windows and such, which in the design class you'll get instruction how to do that. But this is one of the quick way to create your 30 by 30 by 30 box with the floor level at 3 foot and all the walls ready to be punched. Okay, and from that point on, you could refer back to your first subtraction cube that you did, and make your design. All that's left is on where you put your apertures, where you put your openings, so that it is a pleasant design, right? Okay. So with that, well, make sure that you have that ready for your design class, because then you could start designing on this cube instead of designing with the paper, right? And then you could transfer this information onto your paper cube and be good with it. Because with the computer you could make a bunch of copies of this and try out several different versions before you commit to one.